Hi, this is Dr. Dukes. We're going to talk about shoe anatomy. This is a question I get a lot. What shoe should I wear, doc? The first thing I think about is, what are you using that shoe for? Are you going to run in it? Are you going to walk in it? Are you just wearing it to kick around in the yard? Those are all important things that I like to consider when I'm telling someone what kind of shoe to get. A couple things that are like have to have in the shoe for most things is the width. We need a wider forefoot shoe. We also need to make sure that that shoe doesn't push the big toe to the outside, kind of like a bunion. We don't want to squeeze or suffocate that foot so that it can't be a foot. We want it to be that stable foundation that we need. So wider foot, don't push the big toe to the outside. And then the next thing we talk about is the flexibility out of that shoe, right? We want to make sure that it allows our foot to pronate and supinate adequately, and then gives us enough padding to cushion it, but not so much that we can't feel. So I always tell people, you need as much padding as you need and no more. And I think that that depends on what surfaces you're going to be on. So then the next thing we talk about is it a zero drop, or is it, how high is the heel compared to the forefoot? Typically when I see patients, if they've never worn a zero drop shoe and they're wearing a traditional shoe, it might be a bit of a jump for them to get to a zero drop. So there are a lot of shoes that are kind of in between, like this one. This is a 4 mil shoe. We've got 4 mils higher at the heel than the forefoot, and clearly this shoe has a little bit more padding than some of the older ones. Than the other one that I just had. So ultimately, this shoe is predominantly for running. You could walk in it, but it is a lot of padding for someone walking. And then we've got the rocker of the forefoot, which would help you get through to that big toe and increase your mechanics there if you had a bit of a rigid big toe. So these are great for walking and running as well. Then we've got some shoes that are way more flexible. And these shoes are great for working out, walking your dog, wearing around the office. They can be a little bit more casual looking, but you can still see wide toe box, straight big toe, very flexible, okay? There are times and places where our shoe may not be shaped like our foot, and we just hope that we're not doing a lot of walking when we are that way, because that can cause some problems if we wear them too much. At the end of the day, we want the shoe to perform well for the action that we're doing, allow the foot to be a foot, and then we use our 3D gate system here to help people figure out what shoe's the right one for them. So if you're interested in us doing a shoe eval for you with the 3D system, go ahead and book online and we can get that set up for you. Bring in a few pairs of shoes that you're not sure about. Sometimes you can go to a running store and buy a couple pairs and bring them in, and then you can take the pairs that you don't want back, because you'd just be running on the tread. So let us know if you have any questions.